Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining me today on this lovely sunny Saturday. I'm Chanel. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I do also like to do other things outside of my Stampin' Up! World. And one of them is my craft alongs, and our October craft along will be featuring glue books. So I know a lot of my group members and friends want to know a little bit more about glue books, so I thought I would give you a little introduction, and we will also do some glue booking today. Right, you are going to fall off my desk. You need to behave yourself. Oh, he is being a little monster already, like as normal. What's new? Hi, Karen, honey. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Right, I still couldn't find my actual proper glue book that I had started. But in a way, I'm glad that I didn't find it, because the glue book that I had in mind to show you was actually one where, for a change, I was very, very artistic. So actually, I think it's best if we do start with the basics of glue booking rather than jump straight headfirst into um, something more artistic. Hi, Angie, how are you? So first of all, let me just get him off the table because he's going to be the pain of my life today. Let's talk about glue books. Now, there are lots of different books that you can use. Hi, Janet, honey. For glue books. Now, probably I should wait for a few more of you to turn up, I think. Karen, darling, could you share for me, my lovely? Otherwise, it will take me forever to get my page to load. And I don't know why my computer just isn't very good. There you go. Thank you so much, honey. Oh, bless you. Right. So let's start at the very beginning, as Julie Andrews would say. So you can use any type of book, really, as a glue book. So when I say any type of book, there are kind of limits, in my opinion, and do's and don'ts, okay, in actually choosing a glue book. So let me just give you some examples of books that you can use. First and foremost. So firstly, the most simplest thing that you can use as a glue book is a notebook. So a plain, simple notebook. It could be one that you have actually used and you're about to throw out. Or it can be one that hasn't actually been used. It really doesn't matter. Okay. I think the biggest thing for me to not do when you're picking, hi Julie honey, a glue book is to not pick something too thick. I mean, there are ways to thin out books, but you don't really want a massive 300-page book. You want something that is, you know, not too many pages, but there are ways to thin them out. But I would just go for something not too many pages, and it doesn't mean that you have to fill every single page either. So first thing is a notebook or an old diary. And if you're starting out, I wouldn't pick one that has like an A4 size notebook. I would kind of go more for the A5. I think this is actually, is this A5? A5-ish, but you know, I wouldn't go for anything too big to start out with. Hi Christine darling, because then you're going to find that you've got a great big area that you need to fill, which, you know, personally I like to have something that you don't have to think about too much, and then you can always go bigger if you want to. So the first thing is a notebook, used or not used, a diary, etc. The second thing is obviously a junk journal that you've made. You know, these are perfect to use as glue books. Something like this, which, you know, we have been making in our craft alongs, ones where we've used, you know, magazine pages, etc. It doesn't matter that they're not blank pages. In fact, I actually like it when the pages are not blank, and you'll see what I mean later on about that. It doesn't matter if you do have blank pages, but I kind of like a bit of character on a page, and then you don't feel that you have too much white space to start with, and you've got to, you know, color it in and fill it in and everything. So something like this, where you've used magazine pages, music pages, etc., is perfect. I mean, and even if this has got pockets and that, it doesn't matter. Your other pages you can use as a glue book. So these are perfect. Your little handmade journals that you've made, absolutely wonderful to use as a glue book. Okay, so that's your second option. Let me move that somewhere where I won't get confused. There are also these smash books by K and Company called smash books. Now, I don't think you can actually get these anymore, and these are for glue booking. These are specifically for glue books, and in actual fact, you got a pen with it that had a little glue stick on the end that went in there. So these were you know, these are specifically for glue booking. So you can get books that are meant for this, you know, specifically. So, but I don't think you can get these anymore. These are adorable. I really love these, because you haven't got blank pages and you've already got a beginning starter point, you know, to actually work with. So these are called, look at me up, I am the author of my own story. How do I achieve this? Change your thoughts and you'll change the world. Change has to start somewhere. Take action. Right. And then I never got any further. So I really didn't take action, did I? So this was a typical glue book that you can actually purchase. You know, so that's another one. I think this was another version from Hobbycraft, I believe, and these were like little binder ones, so you can actually take the pages out, which are cool, you know. So this is another kind of version of that. So a ring binder, you know, that's perfect, which I have another. This I picked up from a charity shop actually, and it's just a binder. I mean, these are perfect because you can actually take your pages out and then put them in when you've already decorated them as well. So these are great. So really, you just need a book of some sort. Okay, now it can be used, not used, doesn't matter. My thing is, don't pick something that's too thick. Now I do have, this is a altered book that I did many years ago, and you know, I have got pockets and pages in here, and this is kind of the sort of start of a little mini glue book here. And there is pockets in here as well. A glue book, there is no right or wrong to a glue book. It's just a book that you can actually, anything that you can glue down will go in it, you know, so paper, receipts, things when you go on trips, photographs, pictures from books, etc. That's what a glue book is. It's something that you glue things in. Now, this I probably wouldn't really use. It's not a typical glue book because there are a lot of pockets in here as well, but there are some pages that you could glue things to. But we're going to just work on a book that is just totally to glue things in. Now, I have picked a book that I'm going to use to show you, and this was just a music book that I picked up from a charity shop, and I'll tell you why I love this book. Hi, oh, it's Angie. I've already said hi to you, Angie. Sorry, Don. I thought that was Anne Brown. The reason I've picked this book is because it's not massive. It's sort of a medium sort of size. It's not overly thick, so there's not a huge amount of pages here. I think there's 50 pages in here. It's got music pages, so you've already got a kind of a background to work with, and it's just great. Now, I just picked this up from the charity shop. I don't know, 50p. It was perfect. So anyone who is taking part in my October craft along, you will need to get yourself a book of some sort. If you've just got an old notebook laying around that you've finished or doesn't get used, that's perfect. If you've got a book you want to use, perfect. Just find something that you can just practice on, and then you will kind of get the feel for, whether you're going to like glue booking or not. I would not get something with too many pages to start with. But later on down the line, I can show you how you can thin out a book if you found a book that you really want that's got a lovely cover, but there's too many pages in it. I can show you how to thin it out if you don't already know how. So I have picked this book. It's just Pocket Book for Buskers. I was going to use the music pages out of it, but I do have quite a lot of music pages. So we find a book. You don't have to start at the front. In fact, I'm not going to. I'm actually going to start in the middle. Now, what do we use to glue things down? Now, you can use PVA, you can use a glue stick, wet glue, but not too wet, because obviously your pages aren't overly thick. These are not too bad, actually, and you will put other layers on. Most people will use a glue stick or PVA with a paintbrush or something like that. So that's all you need to know. And then all you need then are images and things that, you find of interest, which you can get from magazines, from books. Daphne's Diary is a great place to get, lots of different images. These are Daphne's Diary, and I was quite lucky to pick up quite a few. Hi, Belinda, off of eBay, and these have so many different wonderful images and things. So Daphne's Diary is just fantastic. Any kind of book, any magazine, anything really, and you can use photos, etc. And what I've done is earlier on, I went through one of the Daphne's diaries. I've got some other pictures and things, and we're just going to have a little play. Now, you might be reading a magazine and think, oh, I really love that article, but you don't really want the whole magazine. So just rip the page out, and I have a folder for things like this, like my cat collections, my cat journal that I'm working on, and pretty much it's the same thing. You would put bits and pieces aside, so i.e., things that you really like, and then just, pull the little wallet out every now and then and see what you want to do. So I've got a little mixture of things here. Now, this was obviously from that book the other day, which has got this cute cat here. So we could maybe use something on here. Let's have a look. This is also an article about kiddies, and it says, no kitty, don't do that, or you have to think like a cat. So maybe we could use that. I love this tag here, and then I'm going to cover this over, and maybe I can use this as my little writing space. So we could do something with that. This is my favorite pet, and lots of little tiled pictures of cats and dogs and things, which I thought might be fun to use as like a border. And then I have these little, oh, look, that's perfect size. This was out of Daphne's Diary as well. So let's have a little play. Oh, and also I then, I have a sprocket. I have a big sprocket and a little sprocket, and these are little photo printers, and when I go on holiday, I take them with me and take pictures of on holiday. But I've got one here of the lovely Charles, a couple of Charlie here, and one of Lewis. So I thought what we'll do is we'll do a little cat sort of page here, and just show you can, as long as it can stick down, then you can glue it down. So let's start with, where's my glue stick? Let's find a good glue stick, I think. I don't know how good these glue sticks are. Right, I've got a glue stick. You will need a book to kind of, where's my glue book? Yeah, glue book. I call this my glue book because this is just a book that I use to when I'm gluing things. And let's have a little look. So, oh, see, I do love that image there. You know, just kind of, this would actually go on the page, but I think then that's going to be too much picture, not enough of what I want. So what I'm going to do, let's pick one of these. What colour do we want? Let's find one that I like. You know, kind of like this. What other colours would we have? Let's have a look. Right. I don't know which one I like. I kind of like this one, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my snips and I'm just going to fussy cut this out as quick as I can. You know, but these are great. You can use it for journaling. You can just use it to put memories in, you know, from if you have little days out or spend time with the family, etc. It is really entirely up to you what you use these for. But it's great fun to experiment as well with crafting, you know, like being artistic. And, you know, you can add inks, you can add watercolors, gelatos, watercolor pencils, which I might actually use on this page. All sorts. You can just go crazy. And we are going to have a lot of fun. Now, when we do the October craft along, I am going to set you prompts. So we will be doing some pages in our glue book, and I will be giving you prompts, so i.e. 3 things for you to use on your page. So either a colour or you know, like say, just for instance, on this one, I would say cat and say flowers or something. Oh, look at that. That fits absolutely perfect. Oh, look at that. Oh, loving it already. Right, don't throw anything away because so many things can actually be used. I'm just looking to see if I have anything else that I pulled out of my pictures from earlier. Just see what I've got here. Right, no. Oh, my goodness me, I need a sip of my drink. I've been yakking too much. I think I want something off of this page here. Oh, look at him. Isn't he super cute? Maybe we could have that on the top of the page. Maybe. I might rip this one. I'm ripping through my other cat. Which one do I prefer? That one or that one? Because I have to make a choice here, which I don't like to do. So let's oh, look. I kind of like that one for this particular kind of layout. So I'm going to go with this. I'm actually going to, I think, rip this rather than cut it. See. Take this page number off. Fits perfect. Now, what I would do is just kind of lay out everything first before you actually commit to, oh look, this is meow, so we could maybe use that word or something before you actually commit to sticking it down. Now we have kind of got this bit in the middle, which is not as good. Don't forget, washi tape is great, stickers of all sorts. I mean, look at that already. Look, see, it just looks fantastic already. You can ink these up to give it a little bit of colour. You can doodle. I'm not very good at doodling, so not sure if doodling would be my thing. But, however, we could always have a go. Where are my watercolour pencils? Actually, let me get those out ready. Because I do want to maybe have a go at watercolouring as well, because I think I might want to outline this and make it pop out and stand out. So let me just, I need something else. We need something to break up this middle bit. Now don't forget, I do want my little cats as well. And I do want a Charles in there, of course. We want a Charles. So let's just look at his little cheeky face. Isn't he just gorgeous? That's not a sticker. Is this one a sticker? Some of them are stickers and some of them are not. Now we could also get some washi to I like this, but I'm not sure. Because I want somewhere we want that label thing as well. Where's that label? Here it is. Let me just get this label because I want to kind of cut this out. And we'll try and adapt this. So we've got like a little place we can write on. So let's just need to get some coffee dyed paper or something. Because then we'll be able to see just how much of the rest of the paper we need to cover over. So this would be something that Ginny would love, and especially Ginny's granddaughter Amelia would probably love this, and Sophie, no doubt, for Anne Brown's granddaughter. Right, let's get this. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with yours when we get off. See, look, can you see how that already is starting to take place? Now, I think what I might do, instead of that having that very sort of straight edge there, let's see, that's better already. And then we haven't got such a straight going across the middle there, have we? So let's have a look. So I want to put that there, I think. We're going to have a little Lewis peeking out there. I'm going to actually put some coffee dyed paper there so we can have a little writing space. And then maybe a little Charles thing in the middle there. I also have now, I don't know whether to use those tiles. I do want to use these things here. You have to think like a cat. No, kitty, don't do that. Okay, so let's get some of these words off of here as well. Oops, daisy. Look at that. It says, no, kitty, don't do that. And we kind of want this with the Charles, really, don't we? It's normally Charles that you have to think like a cat. I think we do. But I mean, you know, this is just me doing a cat sort of themed one. It don't have to be a theme. You could just put lots of different images that you actually like. You know, it doesn't have to be a theme. You know, these prompts are great. Oh, look, maybe I should cut out the lady on the sofa. I don't know if that would be too much, though. Let me just, as she is blonde and looks a bit like me. Let me just see, except I'm not that skinny. So let's see if this would be too much. I don't know, we'll see. Right, so let's just, I'm not even going to bother doing that. We're just going to, I may not even use this yet. We'll see. And then you've got the blonde lady on the sofa, but then that kind of takes away from the edge of that. I'm not sure if I would use that, actually. We need to sort of sort the Charles out a bit, because I'm not feeling that picture of Charlie. I know, poor old Charles, bless him. He's like, is that Mom? What, you're not feeling? Maybe I could put him up there or something. He needs something else around him, I think. It might work a little bit better. There you go. I mean, this is just an idea. You know, you will feel it or you won't feel it as and when you're doing it. And what we'll do is we'll start putting it down, and then we can add to it and do a little bit more of something to it. So what I'm going to do first is let's take these bits off here. Let's stick this big bit down first. And, you know, you could, if you wanted to, use distress ink, which, shall we do that? Shall we add a little bit of distress ink to this, I think? Even though this isn't a vintage thing, let's add some colour. What colour would go? What about a greeny colour? What do we reckon? To give this a pop of green, maybe? Let me have a look, see what I've got. Old paper's a bit green, isn't it? Let's use a light green, I think. Oh. Right. Just to make this bit stand out a little bit, I think. You know, but this is entirely up to you. You don't have to do any of this. I'm just going to make this stand out a little bit. And it's not really very green. But look at that. It just makes it kind of stand out a bit there. And I think I'll just give this a little... Oh, I'm going to use my watercolour pencil on that, aren't I? So we won't worry about that. And really, you can have as much fun as you absolutely want. I'm going to just glue this down. Oh, my glue stick's about to run out. What colour was that ink? It's called Old Paper, my darling. And it's like a kind of, it looks green on the lid. It's called Old Paper, but it is a kind of it is a green, but it doesn't come out as green as green. There is another one called, what's the other one called that is a lot green? Peeled onions or peeled onions. It's because I'm thinking of peeling, isn't it? Honey, if you watch back from the beginning, darling, it will tell you what a glue book is, my lovely. This is what an introduction to a glue book is, lovely. So if you watch it from the beginning, it is just a book that you glue things in, and we just have a lot of fun gluing, my lovely. So if you watch back from the beginning, it will give you all of that information. So let's glue this down. Now this is a bit thicker, so I am going to use wet glue for this. And you know, you didn't even have to completely glue this down. You could have used it as a pocket if you wanted to, but I'm going to use this book specifically for a glue book. Shabby shutters. What's that, Belinda? Shabby shutters. Right, now let me move this up just a little bit. And when I mean about making something stand out, if you get this is Night of Navy watercolor pencil, and you know, you can just come in and kind of outline things as well, just to give it a little bit more definition. This is great if you're outlining people as well. And then you can kind of make this just pop. Can you see how that's... I'll show you in a minute when we've done it. Just going to come in here. Oops. And really, you can be as artistic or not artistic as you want to be. You can just glue things in, or you could add even more to it. You know, it's entirely up to you, but it really does give you scope to be a little bit more adventurous, shall we say, or not if you don't want to be. And then because these are watercolor pencils, you can then, and if you can see, that kind of makes that pocket really stand out. A green distress ink, love it. Also mowed lawn and crushed crushed Alice, the New Forest Master is rather lush too, very grungy. Oh, are they all Tim Holes? You can then wet your finger and kind of smudge this, or you can use, you don't have to wet your finger, you can just smudge this to give it a bit more character. Just showing you. I would just have a pot of water in front of you rather than keep licking your finger. It's just I didn't really prepare for this, but it just then makes that really kind of stand out. Can you see that shadow on that just from a watercolor pencil? Isn't that good? See, look at that. And you could have done that with that if you wanted to. This is not wanting to stick down as well. But look how that makes that, highlights that. Right, so what I want to do next is put down this label, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line that as well, but I want to get some a wet wipe or a damp sponge. Great idea, and I did have a wet wipe next to me. I will try that in a minute. Let me see if I can find a bit of coffee dyed paper in here, just a scrap piece or something I can use. You know, you can even put doilies down in here, any kind of scrap things, napkins, you name it. Oh, I can't find a bit of coffee dyed paper when you need one. Oh, hang on, what's that? Piece of an old envelope. See, that would work. Just, I only want a little bit. Don't know now. Give it some character, won't it? And we could just see, look, just using what I have here. I kind of wanted to cover up all of that flipping text, so look at that. Didn't quite manage it. Don't worry, I will stick a bit of washi or something on there. Just dab your finger on it. A sponge dampener. The glycerin is great for blending. Right, okie dokie. So let's glue this down to let's try and cover up as much of this text as we can. In fact, it doesn't really matter if there is some showing. It's not the end of the world, is it? And gives it a bit of character. Let's glue this down. And let's put that there. Like so. Whoa. Let's do the same again with my watercolor pencil. See how much fun you are going to have. And you imagine once your glue book is filled up, and you can look back on them and think, oh, I had so much fun doing that. Right, there you go. So let's try the baby white trick. Oh, look. How cool is that? Oh, look, it works. Thank you for that, remember? I never even thought to have used a wet baby wipe. As you can see, it kind of just makes it look rather yummy. And I mean, you can keep on adding, you can do a bit more, you know, it isn't, and build up your layers, you know, just keep building. Let's do the red inside here. You can add stamps to it, stickers, you name it. It's very, very therapeutic, I will tell you. And then that gives me room to write a little bit about my cats. Hubby is back. See you all soon. I'm sure I could do one of these. Oh, bless you. I'm sure you could, my lovely. There is no right or wrong to doing this. Right, okay, so we're going to have no kitty, don't do that there. I really don't know what to do with the Charles on this one. Oh, I was going to put him underneath when I've gone and sealed it down. What a twit. I was supposed to put that behind. You see, I did not pay attention to what I was doing. No, it's too late. A bit of doily. So he's peeking behind the doily. There you go. Add a little bit more depth to him. We can outline him, get him put down. I've got to put Charles somewhere because Charles would be very upset if he is left off of here. You have to think like a cat. I'm going to have that picture in the middle. There you go. So this is going to be the kind of finished thing. So let's put this one down. I'm super, super intrigued and excited to see, because we're going to have, I'm definitely going to do the dog page one where I want you to do a page and write what the picture of the dog, what the dog is thinking. If you watched my video the other day, I think I kind of lost the plot a little bit. I think I did. I think I did lose the plot somewhat. And look, it really doesn't take much to look at this page. Isn't it a lot of fun? I do need to do something with him. Maybe I'm going to cut that bit out, and so it's not so severe, I think, maybe. Maybe do him at the top of the page, like so. Don't know, he doesn't look right, does he? He doesn't look right. I'm going to get some washi to put around him, I think, just to break him up a little bit. Right, let's just do what we know at the minute. Let's do these. I think it is. I think if I cut him out, I wish I had another picture of just him. I just thought it was a fun picture, but yes, I'll have a look in a minute. It's because the edges are too straight, definitely. Like that. And then let's put Lewis down. And put him there. Hold that down a minute. Tie him along the top of the patterned panel. This bit, you mean? The top of the patterned panel. The top of the patterned panel. This bit here, because he's very black and white with the coloured page. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, should I cut his head off? You know, cut him out. Let me just... I see what you're saying. Okay, sorry, Charles. I'm cutting you out. I see what you're saying. That does look a bit better, doesn't it? A bit better. So I had... Oh, you see, that would probably look better, wouldn't it? Let me just... This one will probably look better, actually. And have him on that piece. You're right. But it is about just experimenting and having fun. Let's have him superimposed. That's... I'll chop his paw off. Oh, look. That looks better, you see. Definitely. It's not so straight. It's just the bottom of Lewis. It's a bit straight. So maybe we will just add... Now that doesn't look right. I've gone and proofread that up now. See what we're thinking. Don't know. Maybe I messed up with not tucking him behind the picture, but I think it might be too late now. That could be well and truly stuck down, I think, because I used... Yeah, I did. I used my strong glue, didn't I? I would have done. And I've put that down anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right. Oh, I can't find my bit of thing. Stick my doily on first. I've already stuck him down. Right. Do not fear. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. There is no right or wrong for this. Trust me. We'll just have that. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Right. Let's do this. Let's stick this doily down. Oh, it's a daisy. That's fallen on Charles. Just breaks it up a bit, doesn't it? Put Charlie. Oh, look, like that. Then it. Oh, brilliant. Who said that? Brilliant. Yes, yes, yes. See, look. How cool is that? And it looks so much better as well. Definitely. I love it. Love it. Yes, because it looks like he's holding. No, Kitty, don't do that. Oh, my God. Perfect. Brilliant. See, what one person's eye sees is different to another one's. And I would have kicked myself for not seeing that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That is brilliant. I've got the gluiest of fingers now. Right, let's just do a little bit of highlighting. Oops. Lewis, a little bit. And of course, you don't have to highlight them if you don't want to. That is just personal preference. I just think it makes it, that's a perfect sentiment for Charles, definitely. You know, this just kind of highlights them a little bit. And of course you can use you know, like a black fine tip pencil or some pen. You don't have to use the watercolors. In fact, this is not wanting to do very well around him, but never mind. It's because there's glue residue around it. Ah, getting stuck now. That is perfect for him, isn't it? In fact, let me see if I can find a fine tip black. I don't think that's even working, is it? It's because there's glue around it. It's not wanting to. We're just bringing up that so it pops out a little bit. It just makes him stand out. So maybe we should. Oh my gosh, my fingers are super sticky. Maybe we should try and highlight this as well. I'm just not very good at drawing straight things. Not very good at all. But it just makes it pop a little bit. And then it just leaves room for you to, you know, do that. You can add some washi tape if you want. I mean, it really is. I mean, it tells a little story, doesn't it? There's me on the sofa. There's Charles. No, Kitty, don't do that. We're always telling him off. You need acrylic paint pen to go over glue. Ah, okay. Acrylic paint pen. I don't know if I have any of those. I don't think I do. I have most everything else. Let me see if I have some good washi tape here. I did have some. Oh, look. I have got a bit of cat washi there, haven't I? Is that going to be too much? Wasn't this from the lovely Angie Wally as well, wasn't it? It was as well. Let me see what I can find on here. Looks good. Oh, thank you. Let me have a look at this washi and see what we have on here. Oh, look at the two cats. One, oh my God, I love that one. I'm going to get that bit off of there. I'm going to save this other bit. Let me just get that bit off. Rip that bit. I love it. Well, let me put this bit back onto here because I don't want to waste any of this precious washi tape. We have got quite a few cats on here, but I just look at that. Where can we put this? Up in this corner, I think. I have to just put that on there. Sorry. Maybe it's a bit too much cats now, but oh, I love it. Oh, we haven't done this bit either. Just. That was from you. Yes, it was. Let's put that on there. You have to think like a cat. There you go. See, look, doesn't that look absolutely just gorgeous? I love it. So this is my first page in my new glue book. This is a fab idea. Would an A5 craft scrapbook be okay to use as I have one of those? Yes, absolutely. As long as you can stick paper to it. Any page, I mean, it doesn't matter if it gets thicker, too thick to close, it really doesn't matter. You can then just tie a ribbon around it. But I mean, yes, a scrapbook is fine. Anything is great. It is just a way for you to be artistic, to, when you see things that you might want to remember, like a recipe or something, you could just rip it out of your magazine or something and stick it in a book like this and then add pretty pictures. And look, we've just took a little old photograph of Charles. No, Kitty, don't do that. We've got Mr. Louis, King Louis poking out of there, and we've got a little thing here to write something about them. Look how cute. You have to think like a cat. Look, that is hilarious. I love that. And then all that leaves then is for you to actually then, write a little something in your little thing here. And it's, a little journaling spot as well. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just super cute? Just fantastic. So there you go. We've done a page in my new glue book, and that is really what it's all about. There's nothing much to it at all. You can add as much to it or as little as you want. You can be creative as you want. It is entirely up to you. Let me see if I can look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? I will definitely be doing more. Maybe we should do a glue book a week, a glue page a week, a glue page in my glue book once a week, just so that you can kind of get ideas. Save your pictures, save your little snippets. That poem that we found the other day, I have to get that out of that book to use. And it's a great way of putting quotes and mantras. King Louis is what I call my dog. Oh, Louis thinks he's an aristocrat. Lol. Yes, he's King Louis, bless him. He was just called Louis, but I used to call him King Louis. Charlie's obviously Charlie Asbo. Mr. Bing was Bingles. And we had Libby, who was called the Terminator, because she was massive. Yeah. And I had a cat called Gabriel, bless him. And O'Malley, but not after O'Malley from Aristocats. He was called for O'Malley after Grey's Anatomy. O'Malley, yes. So I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to a glue book. So grab yourself, anyone who's taken part in my October craft along, grab yourself a book, that you can use, a notebook, it doesn't really matter. I've got glue all over. Do you know what? I put things down on my table and I really don't know how I still manage to get glue everywhere. And like I said, you don't have to have a theme. You can just do a mixture, eclectic, a mixture of anything. I just so happened to make this one about the cats. And that's it. But really, you can, you know, and depending on how big your page is, you don't want something too small, but you don't want something too big. Thank you so much. Great fun. Enjoyed this. Oh, I'm so glad. And there will be lots more like this. So don't forget, we have got our craft along tomorrow at 4 o'clock for part 2 of our September craft along. So we'll see you all there. So take care for now. Bye. Oh, you're very welcome. Everybody, take care for now. Bye.